Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar, and welcome back to Phantasy Star Online 2 here on the Japanese servers. Oh boy, do we have a big day here today, given that the servers just went through their big graphical update here, and also on top of that we've got a new emergency quest which should be going active any second here. And in fact, there it is Arks ship Fire Swirl. Let's go ahead and start this up on Ultra Hard. Yes, this does look familiar. This is a quest that we played in the past, but it's a remake, or rather, it's an updated one which now supports Ultra Hard. I'm going to be kind of curious here because from what we saw in the past. From the trailers, this quest apparently supports attacking the fires that come up now through other methods. But it looks like we've got a couple of bosses here to take care of first. But I hope everybody's doing well today. This should be a fun one. Sorry, just adjusting the volume a little bit there. It's coming in a little bit louder than I would like. Oh, and I am confused. And I see that I didn't restock from last time, so that's something I'm going to have to take care of in a hurry here. But yeah, the way that this mission works is actually, every now and then there are going to be people caught in fires that you need to rescue. And the way you do that is you attack the fire, as crazy as that sounds. Now, let me take a quick moment here, because I actually do need to restock my mates real quick, before we actually proceed here. There we go. Looks like we got a bunch of Lumen mechs that have popped up. So that is one of the updates that they did make to the mission here, because Lumen mechs were not around at the time when this mission originally was created. Oh, and there's the first call for help on the fire, so let's actually get further into the city here, figure out where that is.
Emergency! Code! Rescue!
There it is. And yes, so it looks like I am not going to need my water guns, because you can actually just attack the fires directly here, it looks like. Which was not something that you could do in the past. In the past you had to actually, use these water guns that had a special potential on them, that allowed you to actually attack them. So things have definitely changed in this mission, and it does kind of bring things closer to what the original Central Dome Fire Swirl was like, whereby you could technically attack them with any weapon. So it was just sort of a, I guess, just how the game was designed back in the time that you were forced to use the water guns back then. Still, the water guns were kind of a fun weapon to use regardless back then. Oh, somebody went down. Let's get them back up. And as we can hear, Miyoshi is singing this song here this time. There's actually 3 variants of this song, from what I understand. One which is the original version, then there's 2 others. One with the version that, I don't know, there's a version out there that I'm not exactly happy with how it turned out, if I'm being totally honest here. But it's, regardless, it is nice to finally have this mission back in the game. I wish that this one would stick around, given that PSO2 is sort of going into maintenance mode once New Genesis launches. But I guess we'll have to see. As you can see, rare drops are just dropping all over the place. And this is one of the missions where, rather than it being a big crystal that you break at the end, you can actually have just rare drops drop at pretty much any time. Which was always my preferred way of having the drops happen, rather than waiting until the end of the mission. I know there's satisfaction that comes from having them drop all at the end by breaking the big crystal, but for me, I've always been more of the opinion that, you know, why should I have to wait, especially if there's the risk that at any time somebody could potentially disconnect from the game and just lose out on that. Granted, disconnections are not that often in this game, but, you know, it's still annoying when it happens. Let's see, so we need to help out another, or no, is that what's going on? No, we just have to take out these enemies here. I guess they turned down the frequency of how often those rescues need to happen. Because usually these missions didn't go for that long between each of them. Okay, here's the next one. Looks like we got some more to the west. Now, one thing that you can do to help out with taking out the fire is look for where the fire is really starting to leap up. That's going to be the, I guess, the sort of weak point of the fire. Lots of acidics dropping on the ground here, that's for certain. And it looks like the last group we need to take care of is over here.
Emergency! Code! Rescue!
And one thing that hasn't changed is the fact that you need to talk to the person once you take out the fire. Alright, that should do it. And there's the teleporter out of here. Alright, so that's a quick look through one of those runs. Let's go through another here. We also got a collection storage here, which apparently is dropping some stuff here. So we'll go ahead and pick that up now. Alright, and here we go again. You'll also notice that we are now getting the 2021 badges as well from these enemies, so we'll be able to see what we can purchase with that in a little bit here. Alright, that fires out. Looks like there's one more to the north. And we got another set that just popped up here. Somebody else took out the one that was to the north.
Emergency! Code! Rescue!
Yeah, this is more the frequency I remember of them coming out here from in the past.
Emergency! Code! Q!
that's a shame. The rig trader actually lagged out of my my complex photon art there, the Imperial Cleave. But they're down anyway.
Completed.
Alright, so we still need to figure out where the last group of people needs to be rescued from. There they are. Yeah, they just popped up right in front of me, didn't they?
Emergency. Code. Rescue.
Alright, one more. And that should do it. So yeah, the only way to gain points in this one is actually to go and rescue the people from the fires. Nothing else is going to give you points. Let's start up another. We probably have time for 2 more before the emergency quest is over. As you can see, most of the translation patches are currently broken. There are some that are working through the manual patch process. We will see if some of the other stuff that's in here has been translated or not yet. But I know that the Arks Slayer team is hard at work on this, so I did at least want to give them a little bit of time to work on it before I went live with this. But at this point now, I also realize that I can't wait too much longer here. Yeah, unfortunately it was this particular singer that I wasn't really happy with here in their performance. Oh hey, we got the Elifrappies here. If I remember correctly, these were found in the Southeast Asian version of the game, and they finally made their way over here onto the Japanese version now.
Emergency. Code. Arrest.
Alright, I'll join your team.
Emergency. Code. Due.
Still gotta get one more of the elephant rappies there. Here we go.
Completed.
I can tell that somebody's running with the Luther voice. Alright, looks like that's it finally for the Rappies as well as those bosses.
Completed.
Alright, moving on to the west. Looks like there's still people to rescue down to the south here. Okay, there goes one of them.
Completed.
And we got another group right here to rescue.
Emergency. Code. Rescue.
Alright, we're done with that set. And so that clears up that one. Let's head back up to the camp ship.
Completed.
And now we're just waiting for this player to go ahead and start up the next one here. Alright. Alright, this may or may not be the last one that we're able to run here. We'll see. But yeah, this is a quest that's really good if you haven't finished leveling up yet to be running here.
Emergency. Code. Rescue.
I'm sorry, did I say Miyoshi before? I think I meant to say Mitsuyoshi. For one of the singers.
Completed.
Ah, Diablo Driftus. I don't think you were ever a part of the Ark ship Fire Swirl either. Alright, got one more to rescue here. And there we go. So, actually, it looks like we might have time for one more here. While they're starting it up, I'm going to go ahead and restock. Alright, this should be the last one here. Yeah, this is an emergency quest that you can go through multiple times very quickly, as you can tell. And we got a darker Granny here.
Emergency code due.
As you can tell, I like it when big bosses like this are around, because they trigger my my S4 ability, which basically gives me an extra 40 photon points every few seconds. So I can just keep using my photon art over and over and over like this. And combine that with the fact that, over time, the more I use the same photon art over and over and over, it actually reduces the cost of it. As you can see right now, I'm actually down to about 4 photon points per use of it. Actually, no, it's down to 3 now.
Emergency code rescue.
It just makes for a great combo. Especially if you're able to tank hits like I can as a Hunter Etoile. I just wish the charging animation didn't slow me down. That's the one complaint I have here. Alright, down goes the darker Granny.
Completed.
And now we're just looking for people to rescue.
Completed.
There's the next group.
Emergency code rescue.
And this here is going to be the last group of them.
Completed. Emergency! Code! Rescue!
Alright, that does it. Let's head back up to the camp ship. Let's get out of here. Alright, let's check out the spoils from that. We did get several weapons here. None of them are 15 stars, but it looks like at least they may have some decent stuff on them. Actually, no, these weren't that good, if I'm being honest here. I mean, the Doombreaker's okay, I guess. But not the best stuff to be dropping at this point. Alright, let's go over to the collection storage. Let's grab what else we can here. That looks like some Lambda Grinders. These are some... what are those? Divide badges, I think? And then here are the 2021 badges. And then we've also got some campaigns that we completed here. So those are giving us Sage badges, I believe. That's something that was never on Global. That was, the badges are basically used over here at Zeeg for some weapons that you can just purchase through the use of the crests. We did get something kind of similar to it. It was really weird in how the Rising weapon badges ended up working out. But it's kind of similar in that note, except that you were never able to like purchase triggers through these crests. So it's interesting to see how Global ended up different from the Japanese version as we know it. Let me go ahead and check the mail that I just got here. Yeah, so we've been getting rewards for the PSO 20th anniversary event that's going on right now here. And along with that, we do have some PSO NPCs here. We have Ash and Kirik. Let's go ahead and check in with them and see what they have to say, or if at least they are saying anything related to... that's been translated here, rather. Let's see. Okay, so, no, it doesn't look like their text has been translated yet here. I'm hoping at least their client orders are, though. Yes, it looks like it is. So, we have battle training as a client order, and then... we also have Central Dome Fire Swirl, which is what the original one was called. It's now been, of course, the one that we have is Ark Ship Fire Swirl. Looks like the description has also been translated here. That emergency broadcast mentioned a large-scale fire on the Ark ship. It reminds me of the day of the Blue Burst. Can't that be of use here? Even if I'm going alone, I want to save as many as I can. No dying in front of me this time. I'm heading to the scene. You come too. And then this one, can you help us out? The first thing I want to do is conduct a comparative survey. If we compare data from the forest you have here to the one on Ragol, we might find a clue about how we can go home. Please take Karik and I to the forest. Okay, so this is not the typical Phantom thing where Sierra has been thinking and suddenly characters show up on the Ark ship. It looks like these characters actually got lost, which... once you take all the timeline into consideration, if you actually play this out as all being comparative here, this is going to cause some issues with the fact that Emilia and Nagisa basically saved Red Ring Rico from her fate. So Oh, boy. But that's looking at things from a timeline perspective. How these two could have ended up here now is confusing, to say the least, once you take that into consideration. But okay, we'll go ahead and make a run at the forest real quick here. Actually, what level did this need to be on? I don't think it needed to be that hard. Yeah, just normal. Alright, I'll back it off to, super then. We don't need to be spending a ton of time in here, although this will be our first chance to take a look at how the graphics have actually been updated here. And already I can see that the graphics definitely look to have a little bit more clarity in them. Maybe a little bit darker than in the older engine. But I think that definitely helps with how they look here. Okay, actually, it looks like I need to bring them along with me. So let me head back up real quick. And we'll restart this with them in the party. Now, do I just need Ash, or do I need Karika as well? I need both of them. There they are. Alright, we gotta get out of here and get into the next area quickly here, because as of right now, that's gonna be sending the PSO2, the animation music, into the game, and that is not good, because that means that is going to start playing here, and I have to keep talking over it, or else I'm gonna have DMCA issues over on YouTube when I try to go to post this over there. So, no, I do not want to stick in this area at all right now here. So, come on, let's, oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's actually all the way down there in the far right corner? Sheesh. Alright, keep moving. Or actually, no, it doesn't sound like the music actually triggered for some reason. That's actually kind of weird that happened, but okay, I'll take it. In any case, yeah, things are definitely looking to have a bit more clarity here, as I was saying before. Here we go. If we come over here, actually, yeah, we can definitely see there's a little bit more clarity in the grass here, in fact. And right now, actually, if we go under the graphics settings, I've got everything maxed here. So right now, I'm set to 6 here. And then, the only thing that I have turned off here are things that I don't think are really going to be helping me at all here. I've turned off the blur because blur sucks. I've turned off the peripheral dimming. And I've turned off the depth of field because why would you need that? And then everything else, the only thing that I've turned off as well here is hiding other players' effects, clipping distance here. So that way it's only when it's nearby that it's invisible. Everything else is set to high, And then even the dynamic resolution adjustment, I've turned that off because I'm running a 2080 here, so there should be no reason for it to ever downgrade here for me. And I'd rather take the FPS hit at that point. Yeah, everything else is pretty much maxed here in terms of the game, so that's why I'm able to see things with such clarity now. And even just looking at the tree branches, they are looking a lot better now than they used to, just because there aren't those jaggies anymore. Now, there was one place I did still see some jaggies. We'll have to see how that comes into play here. Alright, something else I do need to note is, I am actually hearing some of the lawn workers here, which is actually really surprising because they already came earlier in this week, and they should not be here at this point, because of that, so I am really confused here about that, and my apologies if I have to end the stream early because of them, but hopefully that won't be in play here. We'll see how things go. As of right now, it doesn't look like my microphone is picking them up here, so we will see how this plays out. Alright, but that completed that client order. The battle training client order, that is. Uh-oh, I see Sierra there. Maybe these guys actually are phantasms. Or phantoms, I guess, in this version. Let's see here. Kurik got something here. Let's take a look. Black Paper's Dangerous Deal. Even among the Arks, you are the strongest by far. I know it when I see it. You can't hide anything from me. I want a soul-burning battle, but it's too soon. We haven't fought together yet. I must know you better. A quest with 100 vicious enemies. Take me there. Alright, and so that's going to take us over to Successive Practice Harukutan. Let's go... Whoops, I did not mean to cancel out of that. Alright, let's grab Kurik. I think it was just Kurik we needed. Let's see. Yep, only Kurik. Let's do it. There's always one straggler here. Here comes the Gal Griffin.
Your Majesty, code due.
And down they go. And Sierra's saying more to us. Let's get up to, or rather down to the shopping area. I expect that we're probably going to see this on the global version eventually, so we'll probably be able to understand the story of what's going on at that time. Let's see here. Oh, and hey, Red Ring Rico has shown up, so let's go ahead and talk to her now. So we have Secret Delivery. So, Oracle and Planet Rigol seem to exist in separate dimensions. Since we arrived by a strange transfer device, we'll probably need to return by a strange transfer device. So I'm going to make just that device. That being said, I need reference samples. There might be appropriate materials on planets in other dimensions. And these are items that can be found during gathering, so I might already have them. Yep, there we go. And we got another client order from Kurik now. Towards the future, so we need to complete Training Traces of Darkness. And this time we'll be joined by Rico and Kurik for this one. Alright, we'll take that on extra hard here. Okay, Rico and Kurik. I think that was it. Yep, that's it. Let's get this started. Alright, first area is done. Moving on to the second. There we go. Alright, on to the final section. Alright, there goes Luther and Elder. We just have Devil to take care of here. And there they go. Mad Mario, so Partisan is, it's a weapon that is sort of high risk, high reward, in that the way that it works is you, pump out an attack that essentially sticks a needle onto an enemy, and you do a whole bunch of damage after that gets stuck on there, and based on the amount of damage that you do, in the short window that it's on there, it then explodes, doing damage based on the damage that you had already done. So it's you kind of need to know how all the combos of the weapon work in order to maximize the potential of that weapon. But it all starts out with that one attack that you fire that needle into the enemy to basically get it all started. For me, I've always liked to be fluid, so that's why I've stuck with swords this whole time instead. And what I will say is, based on how that function would work, given that Masquerade would actually eventually start blocking that extra damage that gets done, that would explain why not many players would be using that particular attack, or not using that particular weapon during the fight. I'm surprised that none exist, but maybe nobody's just tried it before. Maybe they've done they've done Partisan, but then they switched to another weapon partway through the fight. Okay, actually, before I hand this in, I did want to read the description on this here. So Kurik says, I'm interested in those darkers. They smell like something dangerous from my goal. My nose is never wrong. Take me to where they come from. What, the lady scientist wants to come too? If she can take care of herself, she can do as she likes. But if she slows us down, I'm leaving her behind. Okay. Okay. And then we have the Respective Tomorrow, which, okay, so Towards the Future was the end of, was sort of the repeatable quest that everybody ran for Episode 1 in PSO. Respective Tomorrow is effectively the same thing, going through the different bosses. Now this one is going to take us up against an Epsilon Garans, an Imperial Demonic Sorcerer, and an Elskud. Which I'm not entirely sure what that Elskud enemy is. it's been a while since I've been on the Japanese version. I'm wondering if they introduced something new along the way. Okay, so Epsilon Garons and Imperial Demonic Sorcerer. I do know where those could be found. Let's see here. Work on the dimension transfer device is going smoothly. According to my calculations, we'll probably be able to return to our original time and place. I need you to fetch me 3 parts I need. A transfer frame, a collection prism, and also a distortion generator. Does that exist in this world? Alright, let's grab that. And if anything, I would suspect that this might be the time when we need to actually take a look at the other mission that has come out with this update here. That being a limited quest for, well, we don't have the translation of it, but it's basically a quest that is based around the original Phantasy Star Online. Granted, it's a VR quest. But it also has kind of an interesting opening to it here, so let's go ahead and head down to Pioneer 2! So yeah, we have access to Pioneer 2 as the start of this mission, which, if you never picked this up, or rather, if you never turn this on from the team room, then this would be your first chance to actually see this in game here. They basically imported the graphics from the original Phantasy Star Online into here, so that's why the graphics actually look kind of low level here. But it's nice to just be able to wander around the area here. It looks like we're waiting for a couple of players here. Still to pop in, and then we'll be able to get going. And it looks like they just popped in, actually. So let's go ahead and head over here. Alright, I'll have to get that in a second here. I realize I have my frame limiter on here. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of enemies popping up there. Let's see here. There we go, that should take care of that. Okay, there's the one target I wasn't sure of. So I'm guessing that was probably a Lumen mech that needs to be taken down then. But yeah, the music that's playing in here is from the original Phantasy Star Online. This is effectively trying to reproduce the cave area. Which, yeah, this area basically is the cave area, just with higher graphics compared to the block-to-block feel that the original Phantasy Star Online had. Turn down the volume just a little bit more there. The more enemies on screen, the more battle damage is going to be heard, and the louder the audio, the game audio is going to be at that point. Alright, there goes that one. And that's it for this area. And up next we have the Barbaray-like fight, which is actually Balrodos. No, not Barbara Ray. That's episode 2. De Role. That's who I'm thinking of. I guess they're both basically the same fight. Maybe a little bit more on the Barbara Ray side now that I think about it, because this guy can drop some enemies on the ship here. Alright, down they go. And up next, we are here in the mines. So yeah, it's a shame we didn't get a full remake of the areas from PSO. But I guess this will be fine for the event, especially because we still don't know what else Sega is planning for the 20th anniversary of PSO. Yeah, Wolfric, this is the update. Looks like we got a fire across the way here. Alright, we gotta take out these Lumimechs to get to those cannons over there. Alright, I'll take this one. Alright, there they go. And looks like the last boss over here is the Epsilon Grons. Nice. Alright, that takes care of that one. That was lucky. That we actually got to that one pretty quickly. It looks like up next we are going up against Darkfall's Elder. Doesn't look like we got the extra arm. And down goes Elder.
Completed.
And I think that's it. Oh, no, it's not. This is Gal Griffin. Oh, I should pop my boosters here, actually. Yeah, this was the one fight that they basically ported directly from PSO in, with some adjustments to Gal Griffin's AI here. Alright, let me get those boosters popped. That was, Wolfric, that was actually a shot-for-shot, reproduction of the, how this boss showed up in PSO as the, boss encounter. The only thing is, I think they gave him a weaker voice, than it was in PSO. And, this is technically an Episode 2 boss of PSO. Down they go.
Completed.
Okay, now I think we're done. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what all these drops are here, but let's see. Yeah, even in here, they're not translated, but I'll at least get the text, I guess. And I think there was one more thing I needed here. Yeah, it was an Imperial Demonic Sorcerer. I'm trying to think of where else we might be able to find that. Probably over in, on Omega. I'm not sure what area specifically they would pop up in. Let me hit up the collection storage here, where we got a bunch of more rewards here. And actually, we've got a good number of the badges at this point, so let's go ahead and check out what we can get with them. And for that, we're gonna speak to, She. So starting off with, looks like we have, the typical donuts that you can, get with this kind of an event. So I'll go ahead and grab a few of those now. These appear to be Ragdoll memories. So you'll be able to pick up, PSO-based costumes now with these, if you haven't been able to do that in the past. You got this lobby action, which is okay, kind of funny, I guess. That's the hope, Wolfric. It's hopeful that this event is going to be coming. You can get another Divine Eye Stone here, which is what you're going to need for the Crest Weapon, as well as the Grain Crystals. There's also Liberate Unlocker, Circular Amphite Stone, as well as the Chronos Time Stone, which you need for the Atlas X weapons. You can get the Deimos Stones, which actually I still need some of those. How many can I get now? 34. How close am I? Because I still don't have the first of my crest weapons, so let me see here. $34. I think that's enough. Let's see here. Alright, so if I go under striking weapons... Oh, I need to unequip this here. Alright, striking weapons... And I need to unlock the thing as well. That's right, I need one more of those. Okay. So how many badges do I need for that? 100, that's not that bad. Yeah, if I come up here to divide metal... Yeah, I'm not even close to getting one here. Hey, Maxon! Thank you for tuning in today. Let's see. So, alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put that back on then. Alright, and I'm thinking we might be able to find that enemy that we're still looking for if we run this again. So let's go ahead and give that a try here. Because we jumped from the caves to the mines, and then we went straight into the final boss area. So I suspect there's probably also going to be a ruins type area in here as well. I'm loving it. It's a really great experience. Having no crashes yet. But I've always been pretty stable. I'm running a GTX 2080 myself, so I don't expect there to be too many issues with running this. Let me get rid of the message here. Actually, is there any info? Let's see, event info, web-linked event. So there would be a crystal coming to me at 1,400 points. I'm at 248 right now, and that's a bit of a ways away. And then towards the higher tiers here, it looks like you get like I think these are weapon augment transfer passes, as well as gold Tokyo keys. Alright, here we go. And this time we're starting off in the forest. So yeah, that... more than likely we're going to be seeing the ruins in here. I think it's just random if we see it or not. Yeah, no kidding about that. The chip shortage is definitely playing into that.
Completed.
Alright, we're headed to the north. But yeah, I was lucky to purchase this 2080 when it came out a year or two ago. It might have been expensive at the time, but you know what? It's better than having waited now, seeing what's happened with everything. With this chip shortage that's going on. I mean, I can pick up the... hopefully by the time the 4000 series comes around, hopefully we'll have, there will be better stock on the chips. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't bring out a Vol Dragon for this one. The dragon is basically the boss of the first area. All right, we got Derole, Barbaray. Oh, it sounds like the music might have held over here. Alright, there they go. On to the next area. And hey, ruins! And this looks like it's a run against all the different Dark Falls out there. But the main reason I got the 2080 back in the day, at the time, was because there was the new NVINC technology that had been created to improve stream performance while streaming over to Twitch and YouTube. And I felt getting that was going to be more important, given the limited connection speed I have available to me here. Especially because I was running a 980 at the time before that, and I don't believe that ever supported the new NVINC. Okay, looks like we're headed into the last section here.
Your Majesty, code completed.
Alright, we are going up against Elder again. Yeah, it's an interesting choice what they gave. They really didn't have access to like all the creatures that they had previously created for PSO, which is a shame that they never really got imported into the game. I'm still holding out hope that we might see something in New Genesis through one of the Cocoon missions. And there goes Elder.
Completed.
And I don't think we have the Gal Griffin this time. Alright, so did we get the completion on that client order now? No, it doesn't look like it. So, okay, so... then, yeah, it looks like we would probably have to head over to Omega for that one then. Which is kind of surprising. Trying to think of where that one actually shows up. I guess let me just head into the Enchanted Forest first and see what I come up with here. Yeah, same here. I would have figured that one would have shown up. But yeah, we won't spend too long in here, but I do want to at least try to see if we can get that client order completed. I had to guess, the thing is that it's not like it's not like it's just plain sorcerer. It's Imperial Demonic Sorcerer. So that tells me it's something kind of special here. It might be those enemies that restore your Dark Blast in this mission. But I also don't want this to take forever, so that's why I ran in here on very hard. But this is also giving us a chance to take a look at what Omega looks like now. Actually, I'm wondering what one of the Dark Blasts looks like now. Okay, the color is definitely a little bit different from what I remember. It's kind of darker, actually.
Emergency code attack. Change over. Code due. Completed.
But yeah, even these guys look a little bit more well-defined now.
Emergency code due.
Alright, that's just a Dark Ragna. Easily taken out.
Completed.
And hey, another Elephant Rappy.
Completed. Emergency code avoid. Emergency code
Still not seeing the enemy I'm looking for. I think I'll give it another 5 minutes and then we'll move on if we don't find him.
Your Majesty, code due. Completed.
Alright, Wolfric, thanks for tuning in. Oh, actually, thinking about it more, I might know where they are. Hang on. Let me abandon this. If I remember correctly, there was a story quest that featured them, I think. This one, I think. Yeah, so this has the Assault Warriors, and then I think later we see the Sorcerers? There we go. Alright, now the client order is completed. Alright, so let's hand this in to Rico. And then it looks like that's it. So we just need Central Dome Fire Swirl completed, which that requires another Ark Ship Fire Swirl, which I think is going to be coming up fairly soon. But until then, there's something else I wanted to take a look at here today, and that is the new Screenshot Studio mode here. So, we got a whole bunch of different areas available to us here. Well, they did kind of feature towards the future in that it was the name of a client order. So that's as close as we're gonna get on that one, unfortunately. But yeah, so we have a whole bunch of different areas here. We got shop areas, we got Franca's Cafe, Rare Fields, Oracle, Earth, Photoner, and Chroma Key Screenshot. Which, for anybody that's working on Machinima, that is probably going to be one of the best areas for you ever. But let's take a quick look at the shop area, starting off with the PSO2 test, alpha test lobby here. So yeah, some of you might be remembering to about a year and a half ago, or I guess it was 2 years ago now that I think about it, when I did an April Fool's joke, bringing back the old alpha footage I had from PSO2. for a Let's Play episode. And this is basically what lobby that was from here. This hasn't been seen since the alpha days of PSO2, and so things are quite a bit different now. This used to be where you would set up your character skills, and then over here is where you would start up a mission. And then, of course, you had the item. You had your bank over here and the item search functions here, but those aren't currently active. There were some things that players didn't have access to at the time. In fact, I think this whole section right here was actually blocked off from being entered into. And then you have this section, which unfortunately you cannot get through. And then there was that section over there, which was blocked off, but hey, we can double jump now, so we can actually get into it here. So, unfortunately, we can't actually do anything with it here.
緊急警報発令。アークス船団周辺宙域に多数のダーカーの反応が接近しつつあります。
So yeah, it looks like there is another Ark ship Fire Swirl on its way here. While we're waiting here, let's take a quick look at this thing. This thing basically allows you to do several functions. The first, of course, is that it basically boosts everything that you've got, so you can just do whatever you want. So fire off a photon blast, use a complex photon art, do all that sort of stuff to help you out with your screenshots. And then this button, this one here will return you back to the camp ship, and then this will take you over to a dressing room, basically, if you wanted to make any modifications there. And in fact, let's take a quick look at this here, because this is the new interface that we've got to work with here. And so yeah, we've got the the ability to edit the head here. And, Rock Leon, thank you for the follow there. And yeah, not everything is supported here, so if it doesn't support it, then it'll just tell you, like that. Let's see, I'm using the Ronia head right now. If I wanted to change over to something else... let's see, we got the Taro mask there. What about something... Here we go, here's my skin head. That's looking a little bit different, from what I remember. Let's see here. Yeah, so you can change, like, the contours, as well as how your eyes line up. And you still got your neck adjustments if you wanted to do that. If you've got different eye types, you can, of course, switch to that still. And you can change how the shape of your eyes. Now, we don't have access to everything here, because you do need some of the new Genesis or new type costumes in order to use some of this stuff here, which as of right now I don't think I have here. Thank you very much for that, Rock Leon. Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked at Final Fantasy XIV. I still need to upload some of the old stuff from patch 5.2 and 5.3, but once I get that up, then I do plan to go back to 14 and do patch 5.4, and I guess maybe potentially 5.5. It's really going to come down to when the second closed beta for New Genesis is going to be happening, and if I happen to get into that. Otherwise, there's probably going to be plenty of time for me to look at that at that point then. I should be able to switch. Okay, let me see here. I guess maybe this. Let's see here. Yeah, it says I don't have anything here. Oh no, there it is. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, alright. Yeah, that looks kind of kooky there, doesn't it? And then I guess if we turn off sync height eyelid adjustment here. We can keep them open. Alright, and then... yeah, to graze these out if you can't use them. Alright, then we got the nose. I guess if you wanted to pucker your lips out, you could do that. And then we have a choice of tongue. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that you can't change like the color inside your mouth there. Let's see. Yeah, you can get your tongue to stick out, but I mean, with a face color like this, I would expect you'd be able to turn your tongue blue as well. And then we can go like this and kind of have a funny-looking mouth there. I guess a smirk. And then we can select our ears from here. So, of course, we got cast ears that we could put on. And then you've got Newman ears if you wanted to put those on as well. And then you can choose between the female and the male horn. That's kind of nice that you can adjust how the ears look. Yeah, this is looking. I've seen ears like this before, and I want to say it was from a game called Paladin's Quest, if I remember correctly. Which had a different name on the Japanese side of things. Let's see. And then, of course, we can adjust where the horn is. And then if you've got any makeup, you can put that on as well, so... I'm not even sure what the makeup is on this one. Yeah, I don't know about that. If anything, I'd say maybe this one makes the better of the makeup there. Alright, so now from there... Of course, we still got the same options as before. For the basic size of your body. But I guess I would need a new body type. And that's right, my fashion is currently disabled right now. I don't have any base wear. What about... Okay. Yeah, and this was a look I was working on before. So, as you can see, you can make your body very glossy if you wanted to do that. But yeah, without a new Genesis baseware or setware, I can't really adjust. I can't really take a look at the rest of this, I guess. What about costume? I don't think I have any costumes that would work here. And of course, I still got the wrappies. And there's Sorrow, if you wanted that. Yeah, let me take the costume off here. Yeah, what kind of baseware was this again? This was... Alright, so these are the cast parts, but I need... Alright, so that's the human base. This is the cast base, and then we got... Okay, that's the Dragon Across that I got a while ago. Here's the Pilot Lasuda. Xeris Ruin? Yeah, I'm just not seeing the Dooman base. Oh! Yeah, I guess you really can change your character into anything now here if you wanted to. But I'll go ahead and put it back like that. And thank you very much, Maxon. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our way out of here so we can get ready for the emergency quest here. But yeah, that's just a quick look at the character creator there. It's a it's definitely upgraded from what we had before. So I am glad to see the changes that they made there. They did include the glossiness change, as I said before. So yeah, it's basically opens up so many options for you now, in terms of whatever you might want to create for your character. But for now, until I guess I find something better, I'm probably just going to be sticking with this here. I mean, even this costume got a nice little bit of a glossy update here. in that things are now reflecting off of it a little bit better. But yeah, right now we're just waiting for the emergency quest to pop up here. Let me actually throw some stuff in the bank here before we get started. Actually, my bank is full. Oh, here we go. I can get rid of stuff here. That's better. Now I got space to work with. But yeah, the emergency quest should be popping up any second here. This is going to be the same one that we ran earlier. But we're just going to run it one time in this particular case. Well, actually, no. Let me see how many badges I get after each one, because it might be worth it.
Arks シップの遺跡がダーカーの襲撃を受けています。アークス各員はクエストカウンターより至急救援へ向かってください。
Yeah, and I need 100. I need 100 of the badges here, so hopefully this will give me enough for that.
緊急通達だ。よく聞け。
Your Majesty, code, rescue.
That'll give me the last thing I need in order to put out to finally get my my crest weapon together. Oh, I ended up in yours? Don't look at me. I mean, it put me in here randomly. Looks like nobody talked to these two. Let's get them out of here.
緊急事態発生。アークスシップの遺跡がダーカーの襲撃を受けています。アークス各員はクエストカウンターより至急救援へ向かってください。
Completed.
Alright, looks like we got another set over here. But yeah, they are dropping here very quickly.
Completed.
Alright, this looks like the last set of them that we need to finish up.
Your Majesty, code, rescue.
And somebody went down. Let's get them back up. Oh, we got an Epsilon over here. Definitely want to take him down. Alright, looks like that's it for this round. All the Messetta that's dropping in here. Alright, let's get out of here. And now I'm curious how many of the badges I've got now. Let's see. Collection storage. Oh, we just got another 50 there. So, withdraw. Let me see my material storage. Oh, I am like right on the cusp here. Alright, one more run. Technically, I don't even need one more full run. I just need... Or no, I got it. 161, hang on. Now here's a question. Why didn't this complete? Because I don't have it active. Okay. Alright, well, I can take care of that real quick here. First, let me do this. I'm gonna grab one of these crystals here. And a striking weapon, sword. I need to unequip. And there it is. So I now have my cross weapon. And so with that, I'm going to move the ones I got currently on here. Colossal Radiance, as well as Release Parry. I'll figure out the order of the rest of that later on. Alright, and now let's head into the mission. Ark ship fire Swirl one more time. And check out how this weapon does.
Emergency! Code! Rescue!
Let's see, I do want to check something here real quick. Yeah, okay, it has the light, element on it. Okay, good.
Completed!
So this sounds like it's actually a,
Rescue.
Mitsuyoshi rather, is singing the English lyrics. So I'm generally confused as to why we have that and not the original English version that came out. Yeah, Maxon, I agree. There are 3 versions. But one has a singer I've never heard before, and frankly, I'm not a fan of the performance. The other 2 seem to be Mitsuyoshi's.
Completed.
But in the English version of Burning Rangers, there was a different singer for the English version. And I'm wondering why we don't have that here. Alright, looks like we got a boss to the south here. And that is another Epsilon.
Your Majesty. Code. Due.
目標達成を確認
Completed.
緊急連絡です
Alright, this will be the last set of people we need to rescue.
Code. Rescue.
Yeah, I guess it could be a permission thing for Sega to reuse that. Although, I don't know, I would have expected Sega to maybe do something in their contracts that would allow them to keep using it. Anyway, that client order is finally done with. Let's talk to Ash here. And it looks like that's it for all of their client orders here.
待ってたよ
Alright, so we kind of got distracted a little bit here. So, yeah, in this, we got all the different kind of high-level stuff that you might want to go for, including the Ice Stone, which you need to get another of the crass weapons. Then in this section here, you got some kind of older weapons, it looks like here. They are 15-star, but they are vastly out of date compared to the crest weapons. You are able to get some Liberate units here if you need those. A bunch of parfaits. And then we've got some S-rank abilities that you can put onto your weapons and units. Yeah, this one boosts damage by 5% when photon points is 40% or above.
絶対にまた来てね待ってたよ
Then we got this section here, which has a bunch of emotes, which I believe some of these are actually repeats from prior events, which is why a lot of these are showing blacked out for me here. But for instance, yeah, I remember this one from last year. Then you got the different bells. That looks like you're flying a kite. Yeah, so if you're looking to get some more emotes, you're able to get those here. And for this section, looks like they brought back some of the older costumes here. As well as some accessories that you can put on, including Cabracan and Camelot's heads. Yeah, a lot of also head riding accessories, where you can have characters above your head. What else we got? Oh, an inner tube that's kind of based on a Rappy, but it looks, I don't know, kind of long neckish, I guess. Then you got a Rappy riding your shoulder on both sides. And then you got some, like, shields and things like that. And then also, looks like boss enemy accessories as well. And some new hairstyles as well. And then we have some mag transformation passes, which unfortunately I'm not sure what all those are. So yeah, a lot of options available to you there. And then the last section here, these appear to be weapon camos that you can just put on your weapon and just have fun with those. Oh hey, a ladder. Okay, those look like the luster weapon, gun slash weapons, camos. And then you got your rifles. That appears to be twin mech gun. Some rod stuff, as well as Talus. That would be wands. And there's just a wide assortment of pretty much anything that you might want. You're going to be able to pick it up here. So yeah, a ton of stuff that you can get from She in this event here. So yeah, let's go back over to the photo studio section here, or screenshot studio rather. I want to take a look at some other sections here. For instance, let's head over to the Seaside Cafe for Franca. And as of right now, no NPCs are loaded in. But if you wanted to be able to, say, come out here during the winter, well, now you're able to do that and get a nice look around in one of these sections here. Let me clear this from the top of my screen. And of course, this is now the first time when you're actually able to use your abilities while on board the Ark ship. So that's also kind of an interesting thing. I'm surprised, though, the one feature I think that's missing from this screenshot studio is the ability to spawn whatever monster or boss that you want to. I think if that had been added into this, there would have been a lot more potential for what players could have done here. Let's head back up to the camp ship. And I'm not saying have them drop any rewards either. I'm saying just, you know, they say great when you take it down or something like that. Let's see here. Screenshot Studio. Let's take a look at the rare fields. We got the Hidden Hot Spring. So these areas pop up whenever you find one of the parallel areas. Yeah, so this is one of the funner ones, because you do have, like, this little slide here and such. I mean, typically you'd be fighting enemies in this area, so you might not even notice that the first time around. Alright, I'm looking for that control panel. Here it is. Alright, after that, then we've got different sections of where we can go to across Oracle and other places. Let's take a look at Devil's Inner Universe. So yeah, it's been quite a while. I guess if we wanted to have some fun with a screenshot, we could go like this. And we could go like that. Alright, let's head back up to the camp ship. And let's take a look at Earth now here. And let's go to the bridge, as odd as that sounds. And there's the Earth, and Sierra is no longer here. Interesting, sitting down in her chair finally. I mean, of course, you could do whatever attack you wanted. Now, this also has some other functions in here. In this particular case, you're able to change what the skybox is. So right now, we've got Earth in the view. But if I, say, switch this to number 2, there's Amduskia. There's Harukutan. That's the mothership. This appears to be just an Arks fleet. For this one, there doesn't seem to be anything. It's just an empty skybox. There's Navarius. And there's the Profound Darkness, as we saw it at the start of episode 5. Let's take a look at the Earth Guide Underground here. So it looks like you got actually quite a big section to work with here for screenshots. And even these doors work to let you into where Adam was. Alright, let's take a look next at Photoner. So the first one there is where you fight Masquerade. Let's take a look at the Canyon Garden. So yeah, this is basically the spot where if Luther wasn't turning into an emergency quest boss here on Omega, this is basically what that area is. Alright, let's take a look here. Where else can we go? Let's check out the Epic Royal Throne. So yeah, this is where you fought Omega Apprentice for the first time. And it does not appear that you can actually leave this room, unfortunately. Nor can you go out into the town, unfortunately. But hey, I guess you could do that in the window. And then you can change the color of the sky around if you need to do that. Alright, here's that area that was near the lake here. That we saw in several cutscenes. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can actually go into the water at all here. And the area itself is actually pretty small. I can't even go into the forest at all. But you are able to change what time of day it is. Alright, how about we check out the Arks meeting room? Hey, remember this from the start of episode 6? Yeah, this finally gives you some perspective on this room that you didn't really have before. Now, one scene that I have not been able to find is the one where Camos is, the Xiang clone that is where the Draconians are, or Dragonkin are, rather. For some reason, that just does not seem to exist in any of the scenes here. I mean, we got the Magnetite Graveyard. This is the scene where Sarah was trying to save Xiao. But for some reason, we don't have the counterpart to that. And hey, you can actually sit on the spot here. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a very high height to it either, so we can't exactly go climbing up there. Alright, I think let's take a look at one last one here, and that being the chroma key map here, which is probably going to be the one that's going to be used most by machinima artists. And the way that this one works is it's quite literally just a single color. So you can do pretty much anything that you want to in here. Let me actually find an open one here. Here we go. So yeah, there's no music in here, but you do have all of your effects and everything. And this is basically, if you want to just get some screenshots or do some videos or something like that, this is where you would go to do that. Without being hindered by any other effects around you. And if for some reason green doesn't work for you, you can come over here, and you can say change the whole area to black, you can change it to yellow, or you can change it to blue. I would not go with blue in this particular case because, well, blue screens and, or blue chroma keys don't really work that well with the color blue. But yeah, if you, for instance, wanted to, say, bring out a, one of the Dark Falls, you can do that here. Now, the thing that I will note is that even though there are, like, edges to this place, which we'll see eventually here. Yeah, see how that console is no longer getting any smaller? So we've hit the edge of this room, but there's no camera collision either in here. So it's not like as if you reach the edge of the room that you're going to suddenly see the camera go crazy on you. Alright. So yeah, that is a look at pretty much everything that came out with this patch. It is a very full patch, that is for certain. Especially with the addition of the Screenshot Studio, and everything that they got going on for the PSO 20th Anniversary event. We'll have to see what else they're going to be doing for that this year. Of course, Sega has the launch of New Genesis on the horizon. We still don't know when the second closed beta test is going to be happening, but entries to that should have closed at this point. And yeah, we'll have to see how things play out from here. If I get into the second closed beta test, if not, then of course I would be playing for the first time when it actually releases at that point. Then, but hopefully I do get in. I've done everything that I can to try to help my chances here. In fact, I think last time they may have been looking at like IP addresses to figure out who actually was inside of Japan and who wasn't. In fact, during the test, the first test, they were actually blocking non-Japanese IP addresses. So I've got a few things working for me that hopefully are going to get me in for the second run. But we will have to see how that plays out. But yeah, that's pretty much going to do it for me here today. We're not expecting another update for some time. There's going to be the final PSO2 Station Plus coming later this month. And then after that, that's pretty much going to be it for the Japanese version of PSO2, unless there are any further updates. So yeah, and then Global just has to catch up on the last of this stuff, and then it's going to be time for New Genesis then. So, exciting times ahead. It's just a matter of time until we actually get there. With that, let's see who is currently broadcasting that I might be able to hand you off to here. Do I recognize anyone? Unfortunately, I don't recognize anybody here. Is anybody doing anything else with the series? Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. Alright, I think I'm just going to go ahead and close things off this time here then. So yeah, exciting times ahead for PSO2 New Genesis. Hopefully we hear something about when the second closed beta test is happening very soon. And yeah, that's going to be it. So, with all that said, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.